Hey, MCE crew, welcome to World War Economy. The sanctions we imposed on Russia are about to boomerang, and they have the potential to drive us into a deep recession or even a depression. Those sanctions we imposed are going to come back and they're going to hit us right in the face, and they're going to have a deleterious effect on our economy. Now, if you are like me and you're from West Baltimore, deleterious means bad. So we're going to get into it. We're going to discuss what's going on. We're slapping sanctions on left and right, man, economic and otherwise. It's gotten to the point where even the International Pussycat Foundation, yes, I never knew there was one, but apparently the felines of the world have their own global federation, and they have kicked Russia out. They've banned Russia from this Cat Federation. That'll definitely get Putin to the negotiating table. We have started to seize the yachts, the super yachts of oligarchs over there in Russia. Let me tell you what we did. We even took away Vladimir Putin's black belt, his Taekwondo black belt. That's right. We will show him. All right, so it's gone into the realm of the absolute ridiculous, and this should demonstrate to you that we've got some Looney Tunes in charge of this whole thing. Remember, these are the exact same people who told you initially, oh, you know, we can put trillions of dollars out on the street. It's okay. There won't be any inflation. We went to Harvard, man. Yale. Economic principles. Doesn't mean anything. You see that diploma on my wall? I went to Yale, okay? I went to Harvard, Oxford, all those good things. Doesn't apply to us. We can put as much money on the street as we want, no inflation. Then when inflation started to creep up, they said, what are you, crazy? Of course there would be inflation, but it's transitory. It's, it's not going to be here forever. Don't worry, a couple of months of this and then we'll get right back to normal. And then when it wasn't transitory and it kept climbing and climbing and climbing. Now they're saying, hey, it's Russia's fault because they went into Ukraine. Bullshit. This was with us long before Putin decided to make this move. So I say that to say these are the type of geniuses, okay, that are running this show over here in America. So do you really trust what they say? Which they talk a lot, but they don't say much. Do you really trust what they say? Or do you trust what you see? Trust what you can, discern using your own powers of critical thought? Well, here's one shoe that's about to drop. It has dropped, really. Food crisis imminent as Hungary bans all grain exports effective immediately. We did a video a while back, and go ahead and there you go up there, watch it when you're through with this one, where China, late last year, China was saying to its citizens, start getting ready, start stockpiling food. China also said that they wanted to be self-sufficient, and they were going to move toward that. Now, over here in the West, in America specifically, we have the audacity to be so interdependent in terms of everything we need. Most of our medications are produced in China. We've got semiconductors that are produced in Taiwan. We cut off our own oil infrastructure, and we outsourced that to OPEC, Russia, and other places, Canada, okay? And here's why we did it. Because of Mother Gaia, okay, the green movement. Now, again, here's a demonstration of how idiotic the leadership here in America is, or the representation here in America is, because they're not leaders in any way, shape, or form. But here's how idiotic they are. They've actually set up policies where it's okay for people to produce oil and fossil fuel energy sources in other parts of this planet. It's not like they're on Mars doing this. They're here on the same planet that ostensibly these fools make a lot of hay about in terms of wanting to be greener, okay, or more environmentally conscious. So they don't understand, apparently, that just because it's not being produced in your hemisphere, per se, it's still on the same damn planet. So this is again the brain trust that we're dealing with in this country. So we've outsourced so much of our economy to other countries that we're looking at a situation where, even though we do produce a lot of food, if these energy prices go up, then it's going to cost more to get that food to you, to your grocery store. We shared the video yesterday. We shared the video about the Russians who are engaging in farming. Okay, just a household farmette, or a big ass garden. Americans, you better start thinking about doing the same. Okay, because you're going to have to be in a position where you can produce your own damn food. Otherwise, you are at the mercy of shortages and price hikes. You want to talk about being financially independent? Well, in other parts of the world, let me tell you what financial independence looks like. It looks like a family with several cows, okay? Now, we might laugh at that and say, well, over here, financial independence looks like me driving around in a S-Class Mercedes-Benz. But you know what that S-Class will not do? You can't milk it in the morning and get sustenance for your family, and you can't slaughter it in order to, again, get sustenance for your family, all right? There's nothing that's going to grow out of the trunk of that car that's going to feed you. And furthermore, that vehicle, that symbol of wealth here in America, that vehicle is losing value as soon as you drive it off the lot. At least if you had a pickup truck, it would do some work for you, okay? So we've got to change this definition of wealth among serious people, okay? Because things are changing rapidly. Now, we talked about Hungary, or I mentioned it. Hungary bans all grain exports effective immediately. Those who have it are no longer giving it away, and those that don't will soon find themselves in the middle of an epic food crisis. Let that sink in. Just hours after we reported that Russia effectively banned exports of fertilizers, moments ago, Hungary, one of Europe's most grain-rich nations, has circled the wagons and, realizing which way the wind is blowing, just announced that it will ban all grain exports effective immediately in a statement. Expect wheat prices, already at record highs, to promptly double from here in the next few weeks as the world realizes the extent of the global food crisis that is coming. Let me talk to you about a grain. Corn is a grain, and it is the base of the food chain here in the United States of America and other countries as well. What do I mean by that? Well, chickens, cows, pigs, they eat corn and corn derivatives. Okay, that's what they feed off of. And then we feed off of them. All right. And if you're a vegan or vegetarian, God bless you. Good for you. You're in the minority. I'm talking about red meat eaters. Okay. I'm not speaking to the soy crowd right now because, quite frankly, in my estimation, that is also a vestige of a very wealthy and decadent society if you can afford to sit around and just eat plants, because it means that you're not expending a lot of energy. All right. Because if you were, then you'd need a lot more power. Okay. And you can debate me in the comments. It's fine. So they're making a suggestion here. They're saying, look, buy flour, rice, barley, and other grains you can now, rather than waiting 1 month to buy them because you have to. Okay. These are dry goods that you can store. Plenty of videos on YouTube that'll show you how to do that. Do it now, because otherwise you're going to be exposing yourself to higher prices. And somebody invariably is going to say, oh, that's hoarding. No, I call it looking out for yourself. Now, of course, I'm not going to go out there and buy all of the damn flour on the shelf. But I am going to buy enough for my family so that as the weeks go by, we're not exposed to price shocks, okay? The only people talking about hoarding are the people that already have. Nancy Pelosi will come out and encourage you not to hoard ice cream. She has a freezer full of it. I think her freezer is like a $20,000 model. How that freezes food better than my, $2,000 fridge, I don't know. But some of the countries that are dangerously reliant on Russia, Ukraine for wheat include Turkey, Egypt, Tunisia, and others. Now, we've got wheat gone to bed over here, so we're not exposed to that piece of it. But again, these are global markets. So when we're dealing with global markets, you have to understand that if some supply is constricted, it's going, and the demand remains the same or grows, then it's going to increase the price, okay? Let's see. So that's what we got going on here, guys. There's a lot more with this. I'm going to have a few links in the description. But we're starting to see the other countries take a look at this situation, take some of the supply of what they've been producing offline. That's going to cause stress on the system elsewhere. And look, here's the 800-pound gorilla in the room. There was some talk that the United States, in its infinite wisdom, would advance a ban on Russian oil and oil products. Now, we get 21% of our gasoline from Russia. You take 21% of our gasoline offline, and again, it's not just going to hit you at the pump, okay? It's going to hit every aspect, almost every aspect of your personal economy, because everything you buy, most everything you buy is transported to that final location before you get it, the Walmart, Target, local grocery store, by truck. Okay? So buying local is going to become important because you're going to want to shorten the amount of time that, your goods or your services are on a truck so that you won't get the full brunt of that item's price being hiked. Also, again, I cannot stress to you enough, I'm probably going to do some videos where we start putting this edible landscape together. Okay, I've talked to our arborist on yesterday about some trees, and I'm going to be getting more information from them on tomorrow. But if you've got the space, start thinking about that. What good is 2-3 acres of grass doing you? Okay, why not turn that into an edible landscape if you can? Now, I'm not leaving out those folks who are not able to, they don't have, you might live in an apartment and you don't have that. Well, guess what? There are community farms, community gardens rather. We did a video at one a while back. I'm going to try to find it and link to it. In any event, that's an option for you as well, okay, to set up shop your plot within a community garden, okay? Now, notice this might sound really crazy for a financial channel, but again, what are we out here making money to do? Eat primarily, okay, and to be able to put up as much money as we can to work for us. To the extent that you are paying higher prices for everything, you have less money to invest. So we want to recoup as much of that money as possible, and becoming more self-reliant is going to help you do that. All right, guys? So that's all for now. I'll talk to you soon. To learn more about how you can achieve financial independence, check out these videos we recently posted on the Money Changes Everything channel.